Hello, everybody, and sorry for the slight delay there. We're just getting our mics on and stuff like that. Welcome to the Coach's Playbook. We got the bullpen stock today with some top step performance coaches. Dan, Hogue, Mick, I trust your Wednesday is going fabulous.
Absolutely. Another beautiful day here in Chicago, freezing cold and gloomy and slightly rainy.
It's not that bad for November, actually.
Yeah, and speaking of November, today we're going to talk about the 3 reasons that traders should not be trading in their accounts over the holidays. And specifically, we're talking about Thanksgiving, which is coming up on Thursday. The hours are weird, the markets are funky. We'll dive into all that. But first, Mick, I understand that you have a couple of trader shout-outs.
Some big days this week. Big shout out to Balint Kolith, put up $3,100 this week, and then another shout out to Alexander Chevalier, $1,500 trading the markets this week. So just some, big 4-figure days. Really happy for you guys. Keep up the good work.
That's awesome.
And
Always
it's
nice
only
to
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Pad the account early going into a holiday. That'll make your turkey even better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
get off on the right foot and then do the bad thing.
The baddest thing. All right, buy an extra large turkey. Well, as I said, today we're going to talk about 3 reasons you probably shouldn't be trading outrights over the holidays. And the first reason that we're looking at today is the biggest. They kind of all stem from this. It's the lack of liquidity.
It's a vicious animal, liquidity. And I think I'll just kind of kick it off here. But first and foremost, when the markets are a little bit thinner, institutional guys are kind of away. The big market movers are gone. These markets can definitely blow through levels that tend to hold. So the market just, in generally, just acts kind of sporadic and a little nervous and jittery, and it's really hard to stick within your system.
Yeah, your support or resistance levels in those congestion areas might not be support or resistance anymore due to the lack of larger institutional trading. Orders get pulled, things get evened up before the holidays. Let's be real here, people take their time off seriously. I know a lot of people want to trade on a daily basis, but not everybody, and especially not the larger participants, feel that way. They want to be home with their families.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of the people viewing this are new to trading versus been around for a while, but this Thanksgiving might be the first time, if you were in there, that you see this kind of drop off in liquidity, depending on when you started.
Glad you mentioned that.
Absolutely,
Yes.
That's a great point.
I mean, the markets are open on Thanksgiving night, but if you go in there, they're going to be super thin, super wide,
Yeah,
just asking to get your face ripped off.
I think that's so comical that, there's a half day on Thanksgiving, but then the markets reopen for Friday's trade date at 5 p.m. Central Time on Thanksgiving Day, right at dinner time.
Right, it's opening up as soon as we're all kind of, I'll be moving to the couch, probably putting on my sweatpants.
When I did have some exposure on during Thanksgiving, I remember having to keep my laptop with me at the Thanksgiving dinner table. My father had to do the same thing.
Right.
It's a little ridiculous, too.
Yeah,
It's a little crazy, right?
Yeah, that sounds like full degenerate mode. When you have you put grandma at the head of the table, you're going around what's thankful, and you're just on your laptop trading soybeans or something.
And that was early on, too. That was something you definitely get over, as you trade a little bit longer. You don't want to have to do that.
And one last thing about the lack of liquidity. If you think you have slippage when the markets are highly liquid, wait till you see the slippage on your stops when it's illiquid.
Oh yeah, you can get absolutely killed.
Yes.
It's nerve-wracking. It really is. It kind of goes, there's one of my biggest things is, and it kind of goes with what Mick was just talking about with him and his dad sitting there with the laptops. It was about 4 years ago. I was sitting, we were having our Thanksgiving dinner, and my dad looks at me and goes, "All right, bonds are about to open. Well, let's get into the office." It was like, wait a second. No. We've got night guys that they're there watching us. It doesn't matter. We have to work.
I haven't finished my
And
cranberries yet.
I'm thinking to myself, I got a couple glasses of wine and a beer. I don't need to be trading right now. And that's when it started to click to me of, why would I even do this right now? It's not safe
I
trading.
guess we'll have our pumpkin pie in the office then.
Right?
Yeah.
That was exactly how it kind of played out, and it's frustrating.
So I'd like to say good afternoon to Norman and Murat.
Hey,
Thanks
guys.
for stopping by, guys. Well, the second point, speaking of people you don't want to face off against when you've had a couple glasses of wine and a beer, point 2 is the difference between institutional versus outright traders. So, you guys want to start?
Absolutely. I think that's a is such a very important point, especially in trading in general. And this is a big difference. A lot of traders, especially within Top Step Trader, we're looking at outright traders. Your risk isn't hedged, so any direct movement against you goes, and it can be very painful. When you hear about these institutional traders, these market moving large participant traders, they are not just an outright position. They can take big moves and it doesn't affect them. And that's going to be one of the big differences going into these holidays.
Are you referring to, being able to have that exposure to that, being unscathed from the move in the outrights because you're spread?
You're
Right, you're spread, you're hedged,
Okay.
you're covered in one way, shape, or form.
Thanks for clarifying.
Absolutely, thanks for asking.
Another thing I think about with the institutional is we here as retail traders, whether you're new to trading or you're a small professional, we're small fish in the sea, and we basically want to find an opportunity in the markets, put our trade on, and then have the institutional, the large players, they're the ones that move the market through aggressive buying and selling. And we hope to be able to spot an opportunity ahead of them so we can ride the coattails of the big boys and girls. We're not moving markets, and when you don't have those participants in the marketplace, you're not going to get that.
Really, that kind of goes right along the line of the point that I was going to make is, when you're trading, you want the most available participants. You want to be able to trust what the market is telling you, and in doing that, you want everybody available to have an effect on the marketplace. And during the holidays, your bigger, stronger institutional banks, any of those traders are probably not going to be available. So you're seeing more of a hollow shell of what the market is really doing.
I like that you mentioned that. You want to be able to trust what the market's doing. All too often in the holidays, you see a move to an important level or something. There's no follow through. Kind of, spikes, fizzles, or breaks and fizzles.
Yeah.
Well, also, as we mentioned, if you're doing something like the trading combine where you have a very hard limits and things like that, the people that make a ton of money in these thin markets overnight on Thanksgiving or stuff like that are making big spread trades. This is at least what I saw when I was trading bonds. Big spread trades that they allow to go way against them because they know that it's not a real print.
Quote unquote.
And you just can't do that if you have to auto liquidate if you're gonna have a position like that.
Or you get filled on those Hail Mary orders that are well above the market or well below the market when you are spreading.
Yeah.
If you're a market maker, it's easier to make a market when you're, a larger participant in it, I suppose.
Absolutely. I think last year Christmas is a prime example of why not to trade during the holidays. If you were short and you were able to take that run down before Christmas Eve and then catch the buy on the 26th and take it back up, congratulations.
Yeah.
That was not expected. These were massive, massive moves. More people got eaten up in that than made money.
No doubt.
And I think it's just a prime example. That's a lot of risk. That's a lot of stress. I'm already losing my hair as it is. I don't need to add any more reasons
You've already
to
paid
lose.
for those Christmas presents.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm happy I don't even know what the heck you're talking about because I was enjoying my holiday.
Right? I mean, that's a stressful time to be trading. Even if you're on the profitable side, it's a very stressful moment. You never know if it's going to snap back on you. A lot of people trying to catch those shorts got in on the shorts when it was really stretched out before pullbacks. It's a nasty, nasty time to be trading.
And by
I'd
the
rather
way,
enjoy the
this
holiday.
leads in nicely to our third reason,
It's a
which
nice
is
segue, right?
Yeah, rarely do you get a better segue than this, which is you should just be enjoying your holiday.
Yes.
That's probably
Yes.
the most important reason not to trade over. There's more to life as counterintuitive as it may seem than trying to trade, thin markets on Christmas Eve or something.
Yeah,
You
we
don't
work
have to
hard.
catch everything.
I mean, we work hard all year too. I mean, we do our homework, we take risk, it can be stressful at times. Take a holiday when it's given to you.
Right? I think we all get into this industry for a little bit of freedom to kind of make our own schedule,
That's a
to
great
kind of
point,
do our own
yes.
thing, to allow, and I say this all the time, to allow the market to become that ball and chain that keeps you held in tight when we do this for freedom, to make our own decisions, have our ways to make our own money, to make our own schedule. Don't let it affect you during these times when you can just go enjoy some relaxation.
You're right. We work hard at this. When we have the opportunity to relax, take it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of which, as we teased, I think in the title of this video or not, is that we were
haven't
going to
put it in. It
All right.
apparently
Well, this
didn't
is a
upload,
secret
but
part of this
it will be there.
episode. We were going to talk a little bit, share a
Special
few
feature.
recipes at the end, right?
So yeah, we thought it'd be fun to kind of talk about, best way to have a turkey.
Yeah,
Cook a
absolutely.
turkey.
Or any like personal sides. I was going to include these recipes in the blog that accompanies this.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to just kick things off and say that every year my dad makes stuffing out of White Castle sliders.
Yeah, I've heard of
Yes,
that.
I want to
So
try
did
it.
you,
love
did
that.
you hear it from me? So he goes out Thanksgiving morning, gets a big crave case of White Castle, and then I come down and he's ripping up White Castle sliders and put them in the oven, and that's the sort of white trash stuffing that we get for Thanksgiving.
Can I join the family?
I
Chad?
know. I really want to try this. This sounds delicious.
Absolutely. My brother, everyone's out of town this year, so it's going to be a small
Okay, yeah.
little guy.
I'll be a
so.
stand-in for him.
But so, Mick, did you want to talk a little turkey?
I do. I have a very strong bias as to smoked turkey's the way to go. Correct? I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts, but over the last couple years, we've done a baked turkey side by side, do a fried turkey. The fried turkey's better, as long as you don't drop a frozen 20-pound bird in the grease. There's funny YouTube videos out there on that.
If you do, be sure to do it inside your garage or on your wood porch.
Ooh.
Right.
Light fuse and get away.
And then we've also done a fried turkey side by side with a smoked turkey, and by far the smoked turkey, the fried turkey when it was next to the baked turkey, so much better, and then you put the fried turkey next to a smoked turkey, and it's pretty obvious as to what's the best way to do it.
Well, Hope definitely knows. Some of you guys already know. I'm a big fan of my smoker. Unfortunately, this year I'm going to be in Florida with my girlfriend and her family, so my smoker's not going to be there. But when I get back, I will be smoking a turkey in my smoker. I've got a special blackened rub that I use on it, and it'll be about an 18-hour smoke.
So is this a friend's giving or a colleague's giving? Where you'll invite us over?
When you're in Florida, you'll be having turkey loaf.
Yeah, I'll be turkey and loaf, and I don't think we're gonna have the standard Thanksgiving dinner, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll have a little party up at in Lake Geneva for some smoked turkey, and I'm gonna be adding in some smoked candied yam, sweet potato kind of casserole thing.
Well, that's great. And if anyone wants to taste any of this, just let us know in the comments, and we'll have Dan fill a Ziploc bag with smoked turkey and send it somewhere around the world.
Personally, I'm more of a turkey traditionalist. I have a roaster that's been in the family for 60 years, and that's how I'm doing mine. Roast.
Perfect.
Gotta
Old
love the
school.
old school attitude. So, Mick, do you have a recipe we can link to so we can put the smoked turkey recipe in the blog?
I don't.
You just do it by.
Low and slow.
You just gotta feel it.
But
I
I
can
do.
give you how I'll cook mine in the smoker.
I would love to see some comments from anybody. If you have a special dish or a certain way that you like doing your turkey, if you wrap it up in bacon or something like that, send it over to us. Give us inspiration. It's Thanksgiving.
I tried to smoke a turkey once, but it was really hard to light.
That's good, Rob. That's real good. I think that will tie in nicely. We like to close things with a little inspirational quote to get you ready for the holidays, ready for the week.
Absolutely. So our quote here today, if it's a little hard to read, I will read it for
Probably
you.
under my shirt.
Yeah, I tried to. You wore the wrong color shirt, Jack. Almost everything will work again when you unplug it, including you, by Anne Lamott. She is a novelist and writer. I thought that was pretty spectacular. We always talk about unplugging our computers and plugging them back in to see if that'll work. Do the same for yourself.
Well, that's great. Well, guys, thank you very much for stopping by. Advice of the day is just unplug yourself for the holidays. Have a good time. We wish you guys all the best out there, and we'll be taking off next week for Thanksgiving. But
Absolutely.
we'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new episode.
Yep.
Awesome.
Have
Thank
a good
you.
time, everyone.
Enjoy your holiday.